What's going on, guys? Bengal again here, coming back at you with another video, and today doing some NFL Jeopardy again, but hopefully this time it doesn't suck. If you didn't watch my last NFL Jeopardy video, it was made by some guy. He seemed nice. He said he worked hard on it. So I'm like, all right, let's give this quiz a shot. And a lot of the questions were just straight up wrong, or like didn't include if there were two answers. So I got a bunch of the stupid questions right, very poorly worded as well. And even though I got it right, I only found out until after I uploaded the quiz or the video that I got it right. Because like 6-time All-Pro, I said Aaron Donald was an option, and they said, nope, it's only Bobby Wagner. So I go, I'm wrong. I didn't fact check it. But what am I supposed to do with the quiz, right? Because I'm like, I can't take it in advance because otherwise that kills the entire thing. If I see the questions in advance, or if I know the answer in advance, that kills the entire point. So I decided to upload that video anyway. I know there were some people that were saying it was like not up to my standards or whatever, but like, I think we could take a look at it from two different perspectives. I appreciate the constructive criticism. Like, people were nice. They weren't mean about it. Like, I totally understand your point. But to me, we don't have to be serious football on the channel all the time. I feel like the people that only watch the rebuild videos see me as this, like, pretty straightforward, like, dry person. And the guys that watch the Twitch stream see, like, a completely different side of me. It's like, there's just not much room for, I don't want to say comedy per se, but, like, there's not a whole ton of room for just like goofing off when we're talking general football on the channel. Because when I'm doing my prospect breakdowns, I am serious about that. I really feel strongly, and I really feel like I've put a lot of hours into learning how to scout players and really learning and understanding football. And I have a long way to go, as the more you understand about football, I feel like the less you know. But obviously I'm serious about those videos because, you know, that's a real passion of mine and I feel strongly about it. But a lot of people just see me as straightforward, cut and dry, and think, oh, okay, it has got to be a good quiz. But I felt like just how terribly the quiz was and how ridiculous the questions were, I felt like it was funny to watch, so I decided to upload it anyway. I really was on the fence, but I thought some people might enjoy it. Seems like a lot of you did, but I just wanted to get that out of the way first. I know it's a long intro, like 2.5 minutes, just talking about how the last quiz was bad and why I decided to upload it anyway, but whatever. This quiz was made by Ryder. Shout out to Ryder. I respect him. He's one of my Twitch mods, known him for a while. Smart enough guy. I think this probably will be a quality quiz, so shout out to Ryder for making it. And let's go ahead and tackle Jeopardy, hopefully more successfully than the last time. So there are 5 categories, as is typical with Jeopardy, ranging from 100 all the way down to 500. You can see that is 500 there. I'll move my face cam. But we have draft, which I should be pretty good at. We'll have to see. Records, history, trades, and then miscellaneous. So this one should be a lot of fun. We're probably just going to tackle it like category by category and see if we can dominate the quiz or the Jeopardy board. We'll have to see what happens, but I'm not going to jump around. There are no other players playing here, clearly. So let's see how successful we are at tackling NFL Jeopardy. Starting with draft for 100. The San Francisco 49ers passed on this player in the 2005 NFL draft and selected Alex Smith instead. This is kind of broad because this could be applied to literally every single player drafted in the 2005 draft. I think what he's getting at is that the 49ers were taking a quarterback, and this was the draft where Aaron Rodgers was potentially rumored to go number 1 overall as well, and then fell to like 20-something where the Packers ended up taking him to be the Brett Favre understudy. This is going to be Aaron Rodgers. It's draft for 100 points. It's going to be as easy as it gets pretty much. So the correct answer is going to be Aaron Rodgers, but this is kind of vague. They should have said passed on this, like, Cal quarterback or whatever. I know that's like obvious, but you got to be specific about who it's going to be. So we do get Aaron Rodgers correct. We do get 100 points there, but like in theory, that really could have been any player drafted in 05. As we get to draft for 200. This player was the first overall pick in the 2001 NFL draft. I think this is Michael Vick. I don't know why. Just because Madden 04, Michael Vick was on the cover. So I think in my head, I'm like, oh man, Michael Vick was the 04 draft, but I'm almost positive he was 2001 out of Virginia Tech. So Michael Vick, final answer. Am I overthinking this one? 2004 was just, Michael Vick wasn't in that draft class, obviously. 2003, Carson Palmer went number 1 overall. I think it's got to be Michael Vick here. It is Michael Vick. It's only for 200. I don't know why I'm overthinking it, as we're up to 300 overall. So doing fairly well so far. 2 for 2 as we move on to draft for 300. This player was the oldest player to get drafted in the NFL. Ooh. I definitely don't know this one. Brandon Weeden was the first name that popped in my head just because he was a guy that Oklahoma State quarterback, of course, Brandon Weeden, if you guys remember him with Justin Blackmon. I think he played minor league baseball, so he didn't end up playing college football for years and years and years. So Brandon Weeden's like the first one I'm thinking of right now. There probably is someone a bit older, but I'm going to say Brandon Weeden at 28 years old. It is Brandon Weeden. Well, I just gave you his whole backstory, so there's not much to say now, but Brandon Weeden. So we are up to 600 points, moving in the right direction so far. Interesting question. I really like that one, especially because I got it right. I love it because that. We'll get to draft for 400. He's starting to get a little bit harder as the New Orleans Saints have selected this number of quarterbacks in the first round in their franchise history. Is this a trick question? Is this a trick question? I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to think of, like, it's going to be hard to name every NFL draft bust quarterback ever. Would the Saints have drafted any of them? Well, they had Aaron Brooks for a little while. I don't think they drafted him in the first round before he went to the Raiders. I think I have the timeline on that right. Drew Brees, they, didn't draft. Archie Manning is like the other notorious or notable Saints quarterback. I don't know if he was a first-round pick. I want to say 0. I'm going to say this is a trick question. And if I say 1, I can't name who it is. Is there even a point to that? So I'm going to say 0. It is 1. I have no idea who it is. So it was like a 50-50 between 0 and 1. Let's see who it was. It was indeed Archie Manning. I didn't know if he was a first-round pick or not, so I didn't know that. But I guess that was a fairly obvious one if you knew Archie Manning was a first-round pick, which I just didn't. Also, shout out Gene Dangus, top left. This is my 3rd channel. The link is in the description. I do Let's Plays and stuff on here. I recorded this series actually 5-6 years ago. But it's all uploaded now. Red Dead Redemption 2 is coming up next. So the link is in the description of Gene Dangus, of course. MLB channel, Bengal Plays as well. All these are linked down below. This channel has been awesome. So I appreciate you guys for that. But let's get back into the Jeopardy. I thought about Sporkle today, but I settled for Jeopardy instead. So we have to go down 400 points now to 200. That hurt quite a bit, but we can make it all and more back if we get this draft for 500 question correctly. This Buccaneers player was the last pick in the 2009 NFL Draft, drafted by Kansas City, and became the first Mr. Irrelevant to play in and win the Super Bowl. Buccaneers player drafted by the Chiefs. This has got to be Ryan Suckup. Ryan Suckup, kicker. Played on the Titans for a little bit as well. There used to be a meme on the channel, early on the channel, back when I even played Ultimate Team for videos, where I called Ryan Suckup Puckus based on his name backwards, just because it sounded disgusting. I'm going to say this is Ryan Suckup. Was on the Bucs last year. Was drafted by Kansas City, I believe. I think he's a Mr. Irrelevant, so kind of everything lines up here. So I'm going to say Ryan Suckup here. It is Ryan Suckup. We're up to 700 points, made it all back. So 4 out of 5 on the draft category. Hopefully I can do that on every category and we'll be really good. But it's going to be tough to get the rest of the board correct, so we'll have to see what happens. Records for 100. This player holds a record for most receiving yards in a season. Calvin Johnson did it in 2012. Got to be Calvin. Calvin Johnson. Yeah, I mean, that one was just obvious. The ones for 100 should be, and they are. Just get some points up on the board, so we'd like to see that. Records for 200. These 3 quarterbacks have beaten all 32 NFL teams. Oh, that's tough because you have to take a guy who's been successful for a while and played on at least 2 teams. Has Tom Brady beaten the Patriots? That's the big question. Right now, I'm thinking Peyton Manning. Probably Drew Brees. Drew Brees had to have beaten the Chargers as the Saints before. Had to have happened. And I'm going to say Tom Brady, Drew Brees, Peyton Manning. Am I missing anybody? Very likely. But I'm going to say those 3. Kind of makes sense to me. Drew Brees, Peyton Manning, Brett Favre. Obviously, when he went to the Vikings, he would have played the Packers. Probably would have gotten one of those, or did it with the Jets. Man, that's for 200. I know I got 2 out of the 3. Yeah, Tom Brady. I didn't know the Bucs schedule this year if he had beaten the Patriots. Just totally forgot about Brett Favre, so that is minus 200. A little bit of a tough question for 200, but it was gettable. Records for 300. This Hall of Famer holds the record for most rushing yards in a season by a rookie. Like, the first name that popped into my head was Gale Sayers. Could this be OJ? Shout out OJ. Better player on the field than off it. I hope. Man, allegedly, if the glove don't fit, you must acquit or something like that, right? This Hall of Famer holds the record for most rushing yards this season by a rookie. Hall of Famer. Gale Sayers is in the Hall of Fame. OJ's got to be in the Hall of Fame. Probably a couple Hall of Fames. Hall of Fame of murderers, too. But where? I'm just thinking Gale Sayers. I don't really know why. Hopefully I'm going to say Gale Sayers. Eric Dickerson. That makes sense. That makes sense with the Colts. Shoot. I am a stupid person. That's going to be minus 300. So we are down to 300 points total. Records for 400. This quarterback is the only quarterback to have a winning record in each of their first 9 NFL seasons. Wow. I'm going to say Tom Brady. Gotta be. Gotta be Tom Brady. Has to be. Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson's been in the league 9 years now. Wow. Well, there you go. That's going to be taking us down to negative 100. I really jumped the gun on that one with Tom Brady. I feel like it was well-deserved, though. The Patriots under Tom Brady were extremely successful. I don't know if you guys have heard of that, but they've been real good. Let's go to records for 500. As we have this quarterback has thrown the most interceptions in a single season, double for the amount of interceptions. Okay. The most interceptions in a single season. I don't know. I mean, Jameis Winston threw 30 a couple years ago, right? Could it be Jameis Winston? Was that the record for interceptions in a season? This is a real tough question. Because that's like my recency bias saying, oh, Jameis Winston's clearly throwing a ton of picks. I think the record for interceptions in a season, though, is like 35. But I guess I don't get double for the amount of interceptions, even if I don't get the quarterback, you know? So, which QB is thrown for the most picks in a season? Vinny Testaverde was a name that popped in my mind. I don't think that's right. I think it's going to be a QB from, like, the 60s or something like that. I'm going to say Jameis Winston with 31. That's my final answer. But I don't think it's right. I think someone is thrown for more. We're going to say George Blanda with 42. You know what? I think I did know that. George Blanda was 60s. Was the kicker and quarterback for the Raiders and the Oilers, I believe. And he played till he was like 50. George Blanda. I feel like that was gettable. As we are to negative 600. I'm a beast with these quizzes. But that's all it takes with Jeopardy, man. You missed 3 questions out of 10, and you're at negative 600 points. We'll move on to history for 100. Name the 2 teams to go 0-16 in a season. Lions, Browns. The 08 Lions and the 2016 Browns. It doesn't matter. Lions and Browns, final answer. Now, there are a couple of other teams who have gone over, like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but they had 0-14, and there might be another team in there as well. Oh, the Colts. The Colts won 1 game that year. Did they? No, the Colts did not go winless before taking Andrew Luck. They definitely won 1 game. Curtis Painter at QB, there's no way they went winless. It's got to be Lions, Browns. Lions, Browns. Lions, Browns. No Colts. Don't be stupid. Lions, Browns. Lions and Browns. I don't know why I overthought that for a second with Colts. They definitely went 1-15 before taking Andrew Luck, but we'll take that. Minus 500 now. We're killing it. History for 200. This player holds the record for most sacks in her career. Bruce Smith with 200 on the nose, I believe. Easy one, Buffalo Bills. Bruce Smith, there we go. Get minus 300 now. We're moving in the right direction again. History for 3. This player holds the record for most rushing touchdowns in a career. It really should be easy. I know it should be. The first name that popped in my head was Sean Alexander. That isn't correct, I don't think. I think it's going to be LaDainian Tomlinson. Could it be Emmitt Smith, though? I know he has the most rushing yards all time. Rushing touchdowns. I'm going to say LaDainian Tomlinson. Am I? I don't really think I have a choice. Like, I don't know. Most rushing touchdowns in a career. It's going to be one of Emmitt Smith or LaDainian Tomlinson, probably. I'm going to say LT. LaDainian Tomlinson. Well, LT is Lawrence Taylor, but I'm going to say LaDainian Tomlinson. Emmitt Smith. God! I'm such an idiot. I've failed these 50-50s multiple times now. History for 400. This number of NFL teams have won a Super Bowl. I don't like that question at all. Well, let's see who haven't. I think 4 teams have not. I'm not really a math guy, but 32 minus 4, 28. I'm going to say 28. I know the Vikings have not. They've been to a few. I know the Bills have not. They've been to 4 in a row, lost all of them. I know the Lions have not. Oh, I know the Browns have not. I know the Jaguars have not. I know the Texans have not, so that's 6. Is there a 7th? Is there a 7th? Have the Panthers won one? I know they were in the Super Bowl in 03. I think they lost to the Patriots. Had to have. So I'm going to say the Panthers too. So that means the answer is 32 minus 7, 25. Am I right? 20. I guess I'm missing out on a lot more. Oh, well, I'll be damned. Minus 1,000. Who else am I forgetting? A lot more, I guess. 5 more. We're not gonna sit here forever. I just don't know the answer, clearly. I mean, I guess there are a lot more. Yeah, I really underthought that question. As we move on to 500, this player was the last player for the New York Jets to throw for 4,000 yards in a season. Last player for the Jets is worth 4,000 points, or this is worth 500 points for 4,000 yards. Is it Chad Pennington? Did he throw for 4K with the Jets? Who are my real options? Let's think. Chad Pennington, Vinny Testaverde. If I fail another 50-50, I'm going to be really sad. There's no way Mark Sanchez did. There's no way Geno Smith did. Sam Darnold obviously never has. I think it's got to be between Chad Pennington and Vinny Testaverde. I'm gonna say Chad Pennington did it. Joe Namath in 67. Wow. All right. Negative 1,500. We're killing it. Vinny Testaverde in 2000 threw for 3,700 yards with the Jets, and Pennington threw for only 3,352. Oh man, we're gonna have to be almost perfect down the stretch here. Trades for 100. These two quarterbacks were traded for each other in the 2004 draft. Eli Manning, Phillip Rivers, boom. Minus 1,400. Trades for 2. This player was traded for LaShawn McCoy in 2015. Kiko Alonso, boom. We're rolling. Trades for 300. The then San Diego Chargers traded the 2 first-round picks, a second-round pick, and 2 players to move up to select this player in the 1998 NFL Draft at number 2 overall. That would be Ryan Leaf. Negative 900. Trades for 400. The Philadelphia Eagles traded away this future Super Bowl MVP quarterback in March 2015. Got to be Nick Foles, right? He was traded away and then he came back. Who else would it have been? Future Super Bowl MVP. It's got to be Nick Foles. Got to be. It is Nick Foles. Negative 500. I need to nail this one. Trades for 500. The Raiders traded a first and second round pick to the Bengals to acquire this quarterback. Gotta be Carson Palmer. Gotta be. It is Carson Palmer. And we're up to 0. Nailed the trades category. Miscellaneous for 100. We gotta finish on top. This player lost a couple of fingers in a fireworks accident. I wonder who that could be. Jason Pierre-Paul, JPP. 100. We're back in the positive. Miscellaneous for 2. The Indianapolis Colts originally played in this city, making it to Super Bowl III. What is Baltimore? Or I guess where is Baltimore? But yeah, Baltimore. Former Baltimore Colts. 300 now. Miscellaneous for 300. Ryan Fitzpatrick has played for this many teams, including current team. Oh my God, I have no idea. I have no idea. Let's think. He's played on the Bucs. He's played on the Dolphins. He's played on the Bills. He's played on the Rams. He's played on the Bengals, I think. So that's 5. Did I say Jets? I don't think so. So that's 6. And I'm probably forgetting one. So should I just go with 7? Who would I be forgetting? I don't know. He's probably been a backup somewhere else. I might even say 8. I'm going to say 8. It is 8. Big time moves. I named 6, I think. Forgot 2. And predicted correctly, by the way, that I would forget 2. Let's see who the other 2 are. Oh, yeah. Washington football team. I totally forgot about that. That was in his picture. I guess he's never played for them, though. But I guess maybe I miscalculated. So I got the Rams, got the Bengals, got the Bills, Titans, and Texans. Did I say any incorrectly? So I guess this isn't including current team then, because his current team is Washington football team, but he's only ever played for 8 teams. So I guess the correct answer would be 9. I'm going to give it to myself anyway. Miscellaneous for 400. Brett Favre's first career completion was to this player. It's Brett Favre. It is Brett Favre. I didn't know this until maybe a year or 2 ago, but the answer to this question is Brett Favre. Boom. Up to 1,000. Can we finish strong with 1,500? Miscellaneous for 5. Bill Belichick was the head coach of the Jets this many times. Double for the amount of games he coached for the Jets. 0. Well, I guess technically he was head coach of the Jets once, and he never coached a game for the Jets. Remember, he had the whole napkin thing. You guys remember that? It has to be he was a head coach once and never coached a game. Head coach twice. So I guess I'm wrong. But even though I know he did not coach a game, so we're going to finish with 500. It seems like Bill Belichick was, I guess, technically the head coach of the Jets twice. He was the interim head coach. So I guess that counts. So, I mean, obviously I'm wrong by definition, but was he really? Was he really? But yeah, I guess twice technically, even though, whatever. Interim head coach, I guess it counts. But that is going to do it for this quiz. Definitely way better. I finished in the positive this time. Did get some questions wrong. That's going to happen. I'm not an encyclopedia as much as I do know from time to time. But that is going to do it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hopefully this was better than the last one. And I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy.
I hit it at the park, Ben Bones. See me high step to the end zone. My life like a game, Nintendo. Playing with the best, let them know. Get off the track, the train's coming through. Yeah. Promise you get in my way, then you best believe I'ma just run over you. Yeah, yeah. I'ma turn taking it back to the house. Defensive joke, I'm laughing so loud. Speedbird's good.